Hi, Dr. John Waterhouse, and welcome to day 5 of this 7-day video series. And so we're almost to the end. Can you believe that? And so today we're going to be talking about endurance. So a lot of people have been asking what they can do inside their house to help stimulate their pet. So yesterday we talked about mental activity. And so really this could tack on to yesterday or its own video, but endurance is something that we can incorporate fun things for your pet using household items that are really good at one, stimulating mental activity, working on balance and endurance, and also having fun. So we want to look at things around the house or the unit that we can use to create an obstacle course. And so things we can use are cushions off the sofa, broom handles to work like a cavaletti. And a cavaletti is, think of a hurdle that your pet has to step over. If you have a backyard and you have a step ladder, that works incredibly well because you just lay it on the ground and your pet walks over the top of it between the runs. But we want to do things that stimulate them. We want to do putting their paws on unstable surfaces. So they're starting to weight shift. They're starting to use all their muscles. And this is actually a very hard thing to do and takes a lot of skill and effort. And so we're mentally working them, physically working them, and we're building muscle and preventing muscle atrophy. And that's very important for our older pets because, as we've talked about in previous videos, if we lose muscle mass, we lose the supportive structure of soft tissue around those joints. Those arthritic joints or joints suffering any type of degenerative joint disease will start to hurt. And so we can include or purchase actual equipment for this. So there are balls, there are rocker boards, there are cavaletti poles, there are multitude of different pieces of equipment that are designed to help build endurance in your pet. But we're on lockdown, we're in isolation. We can't, probably in some parts of the country or the world, order and through the post have these pieces of equipment delivered. So what can we use? So we can use cushions off your sofa. As I said before, we can use the broom, putting on stacks of books so your pet is stepping over the broom and coming back, and that does or simulates doing cavalettis. We could hold the broom out and have them step over and just constantly bring the broom up and up. We could have them going under the chairs. We could create cubby holes where your pet goes under and comes up, or goes over the top and has an obstacle where it's walking up over cushions or soft structures where it has to move and weight shift. So we can be very creative with what we do. But also when we're doing this, if we have older pets and pets that need some type of support, we should be then supporting. So that's either standing next to them and holding them as they're going up and over, putting a towel around their belly and holding the towel up. And that's just the support. So if your pet slips or falls, you have something to hold them so they don't fall over and hurt themselves. Because everything we want to do, we want it to be fun. We want to be safe for both you and your pet. And so we're going to be talking about the video of today that I'm playing is paws up on an unstable surface. And that'll explain about actual equipment that you can purchase, but also what you can use as a substitute. So when you have a big dog, this is how you do this exercise. So you show him the treat and ask them to come up and put their forward feet onto the elevated object, and you just have the treat there and they stand in position. Treats, or you drop the treat there and then you ask them to come back up position, and you just hold the treat there and you put them in the position. At any time, I always like to watch the back legs because I'm watching to see if there are any muscle tremors or anything going on at the time, just to show that he's getting tired. But as long as they're not getting tired, we hold them in that position for a good 20 seconds, and then we ask them to step back, and sit. And then we do the exercise again, up, and then we hold, just keep feeding them treats. Now it's important that you have nice low-calorie treats because they will go through a lot of treats. So I use kibble or something nice. These are almost 100% beef chews, and you get them standing there for 20 seconds. Watching their back legs, making sure there's no shaking or anything. Sometimes I'll put a hand on them and just support them while I'm doing this. So I'll then support them underneath, just so if they're post-surgical, like they've had hip surgery or a TPLO, if they start to wobble or lose balance, I have one hand underneath at all times so I can then manage them. So once again, off we go. Come. Boop, boop. So you get them stepping up, and then I have one hand over the top or one hand underneath, just supporting them while I'm giving them treats while they're doing this exercise. So if you don't have access to a piece of rehabilitation equipment like the wobble disc that we just had, you can find other things around the house that work easily as well. Cushions are a great way because it's an elevated, unstable surface just like the wobble disc, but everyone has these at home. So with the cushion, we just ask him to step up and we hold him in place. Once again, you can put your hand underneath or over the top or underneath if he's a post-surgical patient, and you get him to stand there for the 20 seconds. Now it's really important the flooring you do, the flooring have nice grips so that they can grip. At the moment we're doing it on a wooden floor, but flooring is important. Also another thing, we're not so concerned at the beginning that they get both feet up and they hold them straight on in perfect alignment. This is all this exercise is put an unsteady surface so that they're putting weight on their back legs. So I'm not too concerned if one paw is out front, like at the moment like that, but the whole idea of the exercise is to put their weight onto the back leg and get weight shifting onto the back legs. So it's not a placement exercise, it's just an activity to get their paws up onto this uneven surface and get the weight onto the back legs. At any time during this stretch you notice any pain or discomfort, please stop that exercise immediately and contact your veterinarian or your rehabilitation professional and inform them that pain is being elicited on this exercise. So hopefully you learned something from watching that video. So if you have questions, put your questions down below in the question box. If you haven't subscribed to this video series, click on the subscribe button and hit that bell, and you'll be then notified of upcoming videos and other great informative information that we'll be making available on this channel. So tomorrow will be day 6 and we're talking about balance. So until then, keep safe, keep healthy, look after your family, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's video. Until then, bye-bye.